6:23 on your time. It's a high of 64. Currently, it is 35. Clear skies and wine dominates. Former NBA player Chris Bosh opens up about a recent health scare that had him waking up in a pool of his own blood. I remember that. I think that was the beginning of him going into retirement. Yeah, he's been very vocal about his health since retirement. I know he's dealt with life-threatening blood clots in his legs and lungs. So although he didn't disclose exactly what condition he has, he did say, of course, he's still showing those signs of recovery. Where he had those kind of raccoon eyes and all that. So hopefully finish some playing with some strength anyway. Other news, another former NBA player, Iman Shumpert, chopped it up with Uncle Shannon Sharp and became emotional while reflecting on the passing of his father. Mm. Yeah, 20 years since my father passed away, coming up in May, and it still hits like it happened yesterday. So, you lose a parent, everything changes, no matter how old you are or young you are. It affects you for the rest of your life. But the thing is, man, you have to, and the thing that I found solace in is thinking about their legacy and thinking about the strength that you have to get past it. And it really shows you who you really are and what you're made of when you think about that. So I just advise all the cousins, if you're going through a loss of a parent, man, praying for your strength, your protection, your love, your foresight, because it's a tough thing to deal with. Yeah. That's the morning gossip right here on Hustle and Shine in the morning. We'll be back at 6:39 as the FBI has an investigation that's underway. We'll talk more details about the other next Kansas City's number one for hip hop, R&B, and throwback. Hot 103 Jams. Top 103 Jams, Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Raytown, good morning. You're Hustling and Shining.
6:37 on your time, high of 64. Currently, it is 35. Clear skies in Raytown.
KT, you asked for it, so we are definitely running it back. Top 103 Jams is sending you and 3 of your friends to see Cardi B live at the T-Mobile Center. Plus, we are throwing in $150 in jazz bucks so you can eat good before the show. Stay away from the bubblegum. Listen in for the Cardi B keyword when you hear it. Text it immediately to 816-900-4103 and get qualified. It's your shot at the ultimate Cardi B concert experience fueled by Kansas City's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Hot 103 Jams. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is investigating Kansas City's Mayor Pro Tem and her husband, who is the Director of Public Works. So allegedly, investigators have interviewed current and former city employees about the use of taxpayer dollars by Mayor Pro Tem Raina Park Shaw and Michael Shaw. And the Mayor Pro Tem, she already announced that she's running for mayor. She announced this last year. And her husband, the current public works director, they're both under the microscope. So this has come after allegedly investigating and talking with former and current city employees. And these are allegations raised by the 5 sources who say that they were interviewed by the FBI. No charges have been announced, by the way, so there's been no public comment by anybody yet. And, I'm sure she'll let things play out and speak when necessary. We'll keep you updated. Oh, look at you. Look at me. Okay.
Keep you up to speed, cousin.
Right here on Hustle and Shine in the Morning on Kansas City's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks.
Hot 103 Jam.
I killed another lyrics right there, boy. Hot 103 Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Good morning, Grandview. You up hustling and shining.
What happened? You gonna ask
Right here in this pocket, boy. I'll be going all, boy. Church runs and everything.
Oh, 6:49 on your time. High up 64, currently 35, clear skies in the Power and Light District. I know you can sing.
Gunna knew not to call me in that pocket right there.
I feel like you probably got like a little choir voice. Like you can hold like maybe a mini note or something. Me too.
Kansas City, we see those grocery prices, man. They sky high. That's why Hot 103 Jam is looking you up with $500 in groceries during our Fill Your Fridge giveaway. So listen for that Fill Your Fridge keyword. When you hear it, text it to 816-900-4103. Do a 25th text and get qualified for your chance to win $500 in groceries. The Fill Your Fridge giveaway stocked up by Kansas City's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwback.
Hot 103 Jam.
Ooh, look at that. Okay, D. Okay, I see. Okay.
Thank you, man.
Well, my groceries are high. That ain't the only thing. Everything's got
Everything.
especially homeowners insurance, B. So Kansas, I did not know this. Kansas is one of the most expensive states in America for homeowners insurance. And I'm thinking, like, why? We're in the middle of the country. This is
Right.
the Bible Belt. Well, that explains exactly why. Tornado Alley and tornado season is coming up. So we definitely gotta prepare for that. But yeah, tornadoes, natural disasters. There's always some sort of
Trying to increase that price.
here in Kansas City, at least in the Midwest. But Missouri, their rates are rising too. So it's necessary for homeowners and essential to protect against extreme weather. So Kansas is the 5th most expensive state in the country for homeowners insurance. In 3 years, Kansas are paying 14% more on premiums, and in Missouri at that same stretch, we're paying 12% more. So one way to lower your premium risk, cousin, is by installing impact-resistant shingles, which makes up the roof. It fortifies the roof. Also, shop around for coverage, consider high deductibles, invest in ways to strengthen your home, and improve your credit score.
Pay them bills on time, cousin.
On time.
Them student loans too. Yeah.
The Consumer Federation of America, along with Missouri, they're calling for state legislation to help homeowners be. They point to grants that pay homeowners to upgrade their roofs to a higher standard, leading to lower premiums and fewer claims. And they also have a few more suggestions as well. It's shocking, but it's not shocking to find out that Missouri and Kansas are some of the highest with homeowners insurance. I mean, you think about the other natural disasters that's happened, within the past 20 years or so. Think about Hurricane Katrina and all of that happened down there. I think about all of the hurricanes that's happening in the South and the Gulf Coast. And if you don't have no insurance and your home is wiped out, it's like, what are you going to do at that point?
Yeah, that's kind of what happened to some of my cousins in St. Louis with the tornado.
Tornadoes last year.
Yeah. But, even though we live in the Midwest, and I know that natural disasters and a lot of things happen, I felt so much safer being in the Midwest. I'm thinking we ain't got to worry about no snakes, no alligators. It's just we ain't got to worry about no fires. Like, we don't have to worry. To me, the Midwest, we get we don't get too much compared to other areas, so that for something.
And that's why, the cost of living here is a little cheaper.
Yeah.
Some other things that, it's always
earthquakes and tornadoes, we gonna get them. But it ain't gonna be the same as California and them other cities. But let's send some love around the town. Go ahead and pull out that phone, 816-900-4103. Go ahead and text us the name of a friend, family member, colleague, bus driver, boss, student, teacher. It don't matter who it is. Just text us their name right now. We got a shout-out waiting on them around 7-11 right here on Hustle and Shyne in the Morning. Only on Kansas City's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks.
Hot 103 Jams. Hot 103 Jams, Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Good morning, Grandview. You up hustling and shining.
7-Eleven on your time. It is a high of 64. Currently, it is 35. Clear skies. Yeah, Independence Avenue and Paseo.
Cousins, we love and appreciate you for tapping in to Hustle and Shine in the morning, whether you're doing it through the app or you're doing it old school way through your radio. You driving down 71 right now. You up north at 29.
Slow down.
Yeah, right, for real though, man. Take it easy. And just know that Hustle and Shine in the morning, we appreciate and love you so much for making us a part of your daily morning routine, cousin, because we know and we realize you could have been anywhere else in the world.
But you decided to be here with us today, and we appreciate you and your time, cousin. Shout out to the cousins that's been hitting us up on the Facebook page because we are live right now. Shout out to Lasana Oliver, Carver Harris, Stacey Davis, Redonda Sawyer. Who else we got in the comments? That's looking like everybody for right now. And then on the text line, that thing thumping. Shout out to Grand Rising. That was sent over from one of our cousins in the 816 at Grand Rising World. And sent love to Jay, Jack, Indy, and White Owl, and KC Old School Drill Team. Shout out to them. Big love to Big Reese, Brandocious, Shane Blaze. Shout out to Joaquin. Y'all have a blessed day. Redmond kids in Oak Grove School District. Hey, cousins. Willa King, Anastasia Jackson, the Kirkwood and Solomon family from Chef Taco. And good morning, cousins, was sent from somebody with an 816 talking about I want the Cardi B tickets. Well, you better listen in because we might be getting you qualified during That's My Jam. And last but not least, two of our favorite cousins, Brandon Blake on the Twitter side and Rich Harris, is always loyal, hitting us up on that text line faithfully every day. We appreciate you.
Always big love, cousins.
And we got the morning gossip up next around 7:24. Tamala Man and David Mann, they share a moment where a churchgoer gave David Mann an inappropriate hug in front of his wife.
Can't wait to talk about that.
It's going to be interesting. We'll be back. It's Hustle and Shine in the morning. Kansas City, that's insane. You're in chest to chest love with somebody that's married, and you're not the other married person? Woo, you cruising for a bruising. Hustle and Shine in the morning. Only on Hot 103 Jams. 7:21 on your time, high of 65. Currently, it is 34 sunny skies and Minor Park. Gospel actress Tamala Mann and David Mann say that there was a moment a churchgoer gave her husband an inappropriate hug.
Mm. I mean, the hug, I said touch the chest earlier, but a hug around the neck.
I mean, you can't touch the chest.
No, that's even worse. Yeah, like, I'm like, oh, why are you embracing me like this?
I don't.
My wife right here? You trying to what?
Even if that person isn't married, I just think there's a certain line of like, I'm liable to run up on a dude and dap him up. I don't want you to get nothing misconstrued. Like, I'm not gonna a side hug, like a very much side hug. But two, that's crazy.
2 arms around the neck.
The neck is giving.
That means
that's my man.
You want something.
Yeah. She was gonna get something from Tamala Mann. She's gonna be taken to the Kings.
Oh, yeah. Take her through there. Let's go. You're going to play next to the
Now, since we're talking about relationships, there was a viral video of an LA rapper named Simba who recalls a time where he finally stopped hiding his girlfriend and said his friend, the rapper Game, slid in her DMs a day after that.
What? Hold on. So that's still your big bro? After he talks to the DMs of a girl you trying to marry? You don't love him? He don't love you? Obviously. And he ain't got no respect for you. Forget love. He ain't got no respect for you in your relationship.
He thinks it's different over in LA.
And you think it's going to get better? He's sliding in your
and it's just people chunk it up.
Oh,
no, people chunk it up like, oh, you're doing dirty dudes. No, sir.
It says something about his character and what he thinks about you, dog. Like, are we kidding me right now? Well, I couldn't fathom you always doing that to me.
Like, what are we talking about? I know, do you see how big, bro? We trying to have him hemmed up in the corner.
Man, look. I'm not the toughest guy in the world. I'm not Mr. Tough Guy.
Yeah.
Right? But
when it's to yours, though, you know,
it's just like, I wouldn't take nothing.
Exactly. I'm with you when you're right. So don't be out here hanging up on nobody's husband, especially with 2 hands, 2 arms around the neck, and don't be sliding in people's DMs. That's just ridiculous. You know it's tea when you see them 2 fingers touching. Shout out to your Miami on that one. Alright, next to Deona Hustle and Shyne in the morning. Up next, we got a very special guest, Shynin.
Man, Mr. Myron Pigley. Look, if you're a real Kansas City, you know that name. He has a new book called The Hustler That Changed the Game. I think Deona has something to do with this book. But man, we're going to talk about him and his stories, incredible story coming up on Hustle and Shyne in the morning at 7:38. Don't miss it. Right here in Kansas City's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Let them know, D.
It's at 103 Jams.
Duh. talking all things Kansas City. And we got some Kansas City history in the building this morning. Mr. Myron Piggy. He was in charge of a lot of things involving basketball in Kansas City back in the day, and NIL. Name, image, and likeliness. We see it all over college sports right now. We see college players getting paid to play. Well, a lot of this started back in the day when it was quote-unquote illegal. And Mr. Myron Piggy, he got a story to tell because he was involved in a lot of these things in Kansas City. And he's on the show this morning. Mr. Myron Piggy, good morning. How you feeling?
Good morning, Kansas City. How y'all doing?
We're good. We're good. And I know you also have your daughter with you. You want to say hi to the Kansas City folks out there? Don't be shy.
Well, man, we appreciate y'all coming on the show. And like I said, in the late 90s, you became one of the face of what many call corruption in amateur basketball. Talk about your connection with Kansas City and how all of that got started back in the 90s.
Well, I started really good in basketball. My son, he was a pretty good basketball. And he started playing on the circuit with my family, John Walker. But then, he grew up and he got older. John Walker had a team, and then all of a sudden, he got older. A basketball team basically got dropped to my list for the AAU program, ran by one of the big men.
Now, the AAU is like basketball for young players, amateur basketball, and they have aspirations to go to the league, go to college.
Yes.
Okay.
And then when I took over that program, it was a program that you basically want to get all the best high school athletes from each high school.
Right.
To put together like the all-star.
Okay. And so, and these things were kind of like frowned upon back in the day, kind of, sort of. Like, how did you get caught up? I want to say, so to speak, for lack of a better term. How did this become a big deal to where it was illegal?
It became a big deal when I basically got away from the system. When I started flying across the country and going to other college players, college coaches.
So it's kind of like a recruiting war kind of broke out.
And I'm sure was a lot of people that were upset about that. Because AAU is very competitive.
It was very competitive, but once I realized how the system was, with New York and the California team, with the California team and the New York team, California really couldn't stack up. We couldn't really compete against that kind of talent.
Right.
So I'm going to take my mentality and I'm going to put this in the game. I'm going to go across the country. I'm going to be able to compete against everybody.
Now, we've seen a number of college coaches, especially back in the 90s and 2000s, get in a lot of trouble for the exact same thing that you were doing. But now people are getting rewarded for it. Do you feel like you were kind of like a trendsetter, or you knew the game before everybody else knew it?
I didn't know the game before everybody else knew it, because what I did was I took my street side and I implemented it into my basketball side. And the college coaches like John Thompson, Noah Richardson, Calvin Sampson, all them dudes used to come to my house trying to get one there.
Legendary college basketball coaches, by the way.
So what I did was I just took their program and the way they was doing it, I just took it over to the name to myself. And bring it to my program.
Okay.
You know, it turned out to be
Right.
And we have a lot of people already texting in, just excited that you are on the show with us today and saying how much of an impact you had on the youth. So I know that we're going to continue our conversation with you, and I definitely want to ask you about you investing in the youth and what started that desire for you to actually give back to your community. We'll have you back on the show around 7:53. Hustle and Shine in the morning, only on Kansas City's number one for hip hop, R&B, and throwback.
Hot 103 Jams. Hot 103 Jams, Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Good morning, Grandview. You up hustling and shining.
751, high up 65. Currently, cousins, it is 33 sunny skies at Ruskin.
This morning, we got a special guest in the building of hustling and shining, Mr. Myron Piggy. Got a new book out called The Hustler That Changed the Game. And that name, Myron Piggy, if you was in KC in the 90s and 2000s, you know about the Rush brothers and the Rush family and how much of an impact that Jerron Rush, Brandon Rush had on this city. And a couple of those brothers went on to get NBA championships. Brandon Rush, straight from Westport High School, he was playing with Golden State and Steph Curry and them, got a ring with them. Kareem Rush, former Mizzou Tiger, went on with my Los Angeles Lakers in 2002 and got him a ring with Kobe and Shaq.
You better put that my in front of them Los Angeles Lakers.
They're my Lakers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But Mr. Piggy, can you talk about your relationship with the Rush family and how that saga went for you?
Well, Jerron Rush and my son Myron really was best friends in middle school. And Jerron used to come over to the house a whole lot before he was in Jerron Rush. So that relationship became between my son and Jerron at Paul Robeson Middle School.
Oh, with the Paul Robeson, oh Lord, you know they tearing it down now, right? Yeah, they right in the middle right now. They tearing Paul Robeson down. Like
Robeson over on the east side by Lincoln Circle.
Okay, the other one. See, and that the Paul Robeson they turned down now. That was the new one, quote unquote. Yeah.
So then as they grew up, they became real good friends. And Jerron and Myron Jr. was playing on another AAU program with a guy named Mike Walker. John Walker. So they grew up, and as they grew, they stayed together and they played together. And then when I took over the CMA 76ers, they was there. And Kareem was a big part of that. And then Brandon used to be a little kid and used to hang out a lot around there. So, yeah, that's how we developed. I was like, Jerron was like a son to me. And I treated Jerron like I treated Myron Jr. because, I used to call him every morning, wake Jerron up, make sure he got the tour book on time. I used to go sit down with his counselor, make sure that he was doing his homework. I was at every game. I had to go to every practice with him because I was his mentor and I was his dad.
That's important.
So that was very important to me to make sure that the kid was going in the right direction. We're talking about a good kid. This dude is a good dude even today.
I feel like I'm opening up a Kansas City yearbook and hearing some of the highlights. What was an instant classic memory that you always have tucked away in your brain, something on the court? Because you guys were talking about winning.
I got one. Can I say it first? We all saw this on the news back in the day. It was like 2000 something when Jerron Rush did the windmill dunk and broke the glass at Pembroke.
Yeah.
But I know you said you didn't see that thousands of times.
The crazy stuff.
I done seen Jerron go against the best players in the country. I remember, I don't know if you remember the Collins twins.
Yes.
And we was in California, and it was a tournament called Izzy Washington used to give a big AAU tournament. And Jerron went down the middle one time, and both of the Collins twins were trying to stop him. And this dude went down there, and he jumped over both the 77-footers.
Dunked on him?
I ain't gonna say what
in the face! Oh, no, I know what you're talking about.
The whole gym went crazy. And, and I look at it like this. I always say that Kansas City produced a lot of talent, street talent and basketball talent. But to me, Jerron Rush was the best AAU player and high school player that came out of Kansas City.
Stamping it.
Between you, Mr. Wainwright, Jack Bush, I consider y'all kind of like the basketball gods in Kansas City. Just talk about some of the relationships you have with some of the Kansas City families who you were able to help back in the day.
Well, all my families, all my kids that was in the program was my family. You know, and I goes back to again that basically where I got in trouble was that I had a program that we would go across the country and we would fly first class, we would live in 5-star hotels. But when we came back home, the kids didn't have that ability to live like that. So as me being their parent and their coach, I feel that it was my obligation to make sure that they had water, gas, lights, and food.
They were taken care of.
And the system didn't like that. And that's why I had the opportunity to sit down. It's big. I had the opportunity to sit down with Mike Watson. And me and Mike Watson.
Who's the writer of this book, by the way? Shout out to him.
And me and Mike Watson sit down. And Mike Watson came through the program for a minute. But we sit down and we really, and he really did. And I had to give props because I'm old school and I'm loyal. I had to give props to people who never turned their back on me. Because he could have said, I don't know. He sit down and investigated. He wrote this book. And he put it together. Although I wanted to be written a little raw, but it wasn't that. So that's how the book was really written because me and him had a relationship and have a relationship to make it happen.
We only did a tip of the iceberg with your book, The Hustler That Changed the Game. Mr. Myron Piggy's book. I advise everybody from Kansas City, especially if you was tapped in with the basketball culture, to really get this book and read it. It's available locally, kind of everywhere, Barnes and Nobles, all that.
Yeah. MyronPiggy.com or MyronPiggyBook.com. Amazon has been the number one seller on Amazon for the last.
Congratulations. Congratulations to you.
Thank y'all for having me.
Don't be shy.
Come on. Get this out.
I know that's right.
That's beautiful. Hey, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all coming on. being throwbacks. Captain Cody, good morning. You are posting this time.
8:13 on your time, cousin. It is a high of 65 today. The sun is peeling through. It is currently 35 in Grandview. It might be like one of the best ones to do.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got to shout out the power. Never practice. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, watch it. People got a censor for that.
It's at the parlor, 1707 Locust Ave in Kansas City, Missouri. Today is $5 special. It's going down from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Deona Hustle, she will be in the building.
Well, meet me there, cousin.
Make sure you bring your $5, Buster. 11.
That chicken is fire. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The chicken is,
Delectable.
I will be going on the down. I'm a hot one up reject.
On the dime. Shout out to Brown and Cooper Law Firm. GetBC.com for sponsoring the 33rd annual Soul Food Tour. Deona Hustle will be there live.
Look, cousin, we got a chance to get you qualified, to walk away with a $30 Kansas Lottery 8th game family of scratch tickets right now. The key word is win. W-I-N. Only send it once to 816-900-4103. Go ahead and hit up that attorney Roger White. I got you text line.
Into a check online, and I got you done that.
You got to be 18 years of age or older, but send that keyword win, W-I-N, over. We're looking for the 20th texter to send that keyword, and just a heads up, too, that scratch ticket can give you the chance to win up to $300,000. I don't know what I'd do with $300,000, but it would be plenty. And I still act like I'm broke, so don't nobody ask me for nothing. All right. We got the morning gossip for you up next. TMZ reported Cardi B went berserk at the SNL rehearsal after allegedly hearing a joke regarding another female rapper. We'll talk about that up next. Only on Kansas City's Double One for hip hop, R&B, and throwback.
Top 103 jams.
8:27 on your time. 4:65, currently 36, sunny skies and Operation Breakthrough. Eric Benet speaks on rapper Jelly Rose's Grammy Award acceptance speech and his lack of expressing his political views when he was asked.
Alex, you're running.
Yeah, does that call into question that everybody needs to speak on it? Thanks, then. Because Jelly Rose didn't speak on it. He said he needed to get research. So what does that mean? Lots of questions that need to be answered. Other headlines, TMZ reports Cardi B went, quote, berserk at the SNL rehearsal, allegedly hearing a Nicki Minaj joke, even being mentioned in it. And they claim she then threatened to leave, threw her phone at a monitor backstage, and punched a screen until it broke.
Oh, my God.
The alleged joke ultimately got scrapped.
And we got any issues right there, boy. Golly.
Setting a standard, that little Miss Drama. So, make sure you also get your tickets. We getting you qualified up next. So, just duck and she throw a phone at you. Up next, Pisces. We got birthday celebrations for you, and of course, that's my jam. We'll get you qualified for those Cardi B tickets. It's Hustle and Shyne in the morning, only on Kansas